My question is, will I get promoted at work despite the mean girl BS, to put it lightly?
I feel like you will get a chance to get promoted, but I feel like you're going to have to be patient. Are there two of them that kind of seem to cackle back and forth?
Yeah, they're good friends
Yeah.
with each other.
Are they in different positions though, or different titles?
Yeah.
Yeah. One of them is going to be out of the picture, and suddenly the other one seems like they are just a nicer person or better to deal with or easier to deal with. And so I feel like it's when one person tends to stir the pot and then kind of triggers the other one. And so I think that you will have a chance to promote, but you might just have to wait till the other one's out of the picture. Were y'all supposed to were y'all supposed to talk about this in March?
I did bring it up in my recent annual review this week, actually, but they didn't give me really a timeline or anything.
What did they respond with? Well, what did they tell you about it?
We have a lot of budgetary constraints, just like everyone else right
Yeah.
now, so they're
Yeah.
kind of using that as their excuse.
I think that it comes back up in March. It might seem like they're going to say no, and it may feel more of like a formalized like no, but then the other one of the mean girls leaves at the end of the year, and that makes it possible for you to move up.
Okay, any chance of knowing like which
I feel
mean
like it's
girl?
yeah, I feel like it's the one that would have less of an effect or impact to the decision making process. Like if one of the mean girls is involved in the decision making process, I don't feel like it's that one. I feel like interestingly enough, I feel like it's a different one. So it's
Okay.
more of like a person that likes to just stir the pot and then just likes to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because what I'm reminded of when I think of the situation, years ago when I used to work for a podiatrist's office, I that wasn't my background. Like medical assisting wasn't my background, but I was having to deal with three different offices at that time and having to go between three different offices. But at the main office, the office manager and the main assistant to the doctors, they were in a very cliquey kind of relationship and friendship. The girl that was the main assistant, she wanted her husband to get the job that I ended up getting.
Oh my God.
So immediately, like she was trying to set me up for failure. And so even though I can learn quickly and I can like roll with it, she was intentionally not showing me and teaching me some things that I was supposed to know about,
Yeah.
and it made me look bad. And I was just like, I had no idea. And so one of the things that I would do towards the end of the day, I would always ask, is there anything that anyone needs me to do? Is there something else that I can do? Because I'm done with the response with the task that I was doing. And I would always get a no. I would always get a no. And then when it came down to me being let go by one of the doctors, he said, "Yeah." He says, "Well, I talked to her, and he's like, and basically, you're not taking on enough responsibility for the task and the job, and so she's being like saddled with extra work because you're not doing the things you're supposed to be doing." I'm like, I don't understand how that's possible because I keep asking her for more work. So
Yeah.
because she wanted me out. And so I feel like the one that's not the one that makes the decisions, but the one that would be the messy one that influences, I feel like that's what she does.
Very manipulative.
Yeah.
Very manipulative.
Yeah. And that's her way of trying to make people see that she's good, she does great. And also sometimes people will use their personality and charm to make up for their lack of work.
Yes. Takes credit, steals other people's ideas, and then takes credit for it.
Yeah.
Very envious person, just a very jealous, manipulative personality. Any timeline of when she'll leave?
I think this is probably going to be the second half of the year. So I want to say that maybe around August. July might be, I mean, it could be July, but I'm thinking going into August is when I think she's going to be leaving.
Okay. Anything on my love life? Real quick?
I love life. As far as like, do I see a future relationship for you?
Yeah. Am I going to meet
You're too
anybody?
picky. You're too picky.
I know.
You watch too many movies, too much TV. You are basing your options on ideals, and you're too picky. I don't even feel like you give people enough of a chance to like spend time with you or get to know you in person. And so you probably need to put yourself out there more.
It's a defense mechanism, I think. It's like this wall, and it's like, nope, 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 nope.
Well, it's working because it's keeping everybody away. So like you can keep the defense mechanism, or you can be vulnerable and learn how to maneuver around the emotions that you have. Because at the end of the day, every human being is going to hurt us in one way, shape, or form, whether intentional or unintentional. So either we can be vulnerable and learn how to survive through those experiences and just be okay no matter what, I mean, right before I met my boyfriend, I had my heart broken by this other guy who I really thought it was going to go somewhere. And I
Mm.
mean, I even posted a video. I was on the floor crying in the kitchen because it was really a bit heartbreaking situation and experience. He like built this idea up around what could be, and it really hurt for that to kind of just not work. But
Yeah.
then I was like, screw it. I forced myself to go back out and date within the week of that happening,
Hmm.
and I kept making it possible for me to meet new people. And then I met my boyfriend shortly thereafter. So keep pushing, but
Thank
try
you.
and stop being picky. And when I
Thank
mean don't
you.
be picky, it means have some standards, but don't create a marathon because
Yeah.
it's like not everybody can do a marathon.
I'm also such a homebody too. It's really hard for me to get out. I have to
You know
really push
what?
myself to get out there.
There's nothing wrong with being a homebody, but what I would say is if you are a homebody, then find someone who's also a homebody, but you might still need to go out to meet this person. And so if there are certain things you have an interest in,
Hmm.
take a class or join a group for that thing. Because if it's something interesting, it's not like having to force yourself to go out to a bar or go to a club. It's going to learn something. Like I just started taking improv classes because I'm
Oh,
trying
cool.
to develop the skills that I'm going to need to be in front of an audience and to work in that capacity.
Yeah.
I just took a sewing class last month and I made my boyfriend a bag, a tote, and
Oh,
so it's like
cool.
yeah, so like but it's fun, right? It's
Yeah.
I'm actually having a lot of fun. And
Yeah.
I think that homebodies tend to just do it because it's easy and it's less work. And sometimes we're just tired and exhausted. But
Yeah.
we also forget to have fun and we're too much of a homebody. You need to have some fun.
Yeah.
Okay?
Thank
Oh,
you.
you're welcome, baby. Well, you take care and you have a good
Thank
night.
you. You too.